Parents, why do you genuinely hate your child? My daughter Elise was born on a Sunday morning in June. I remember because the light coming through the hospital blinds felt soft and golden, like a fresh start. She had these impossibly tiny fingers that curled around mine like I was her whole world. I swore to be the kind of mom who showed up no matter what, and for a while I was. She was quiet, smart, always knew when I needed space. We used to watch baking shows together, take long walks around the neighborhood, but something started shifting around 11, subtle at first. The way she'd shut her door faster when I passed. The way her face stayed blank no matter how hard I tried to cheer her up. I chalked it up to hormones. I mean, who isn't a nightmare at 12? But then she started telling her teachers I was starving her, that I locked her in the bathroom. One time, a CPS worker knocked at my door while I was in pajamas making pancakes. Elise was in the living room watching cartoons. I laughed. I actually laughed when the caseworker said someone had reported abuse. That laugh died fast when they told me the accusation came from Elise. We had a full investigation. Nothing came of it, but something broke in me that day. The fear that my daughter wanted me gone, that she'd rather be in some stranger's care than mine. She said it was just a joke. Then came the credit cards. I only noticed when a Victoria's Secret package showed up for a name I didn't recognize. Elise had stolen my ID and opened an account. When I confronted her, she blinked at me and said, "It's not like you were using your credit anyway." She was 13. The school counselor said she might be seeking boundaries. I set them harder, took away her phone, no sleepovers, therapy twice a week. She retaliated by telling her therapist I hit her. CPS showed up again. That was the second time I had to strip down to show I didn't have bruises from mutual combat. She cried in court and they believed her. For 6 months, she lived with my sister in Vermont. I sent care packages, little letters with hearts, and reminders of our favorite shows. I told her I forgave her. She never wrote back. When she came home, I barely recognized her. 14 and already so cold. Like I was just another adult to manipulate. She called me by my first name, left knives in the sink, baked in food, let our dog out during a storm, and laughed when he came back limping. Said, "Guess he's not the athletic type," but I held on because she was mine. Then one night, she brought home a boy 3 years older. I told her he had to leave. She smiled and said, "You touch him, and I'll tell the police you molested me." My legs went numb. She said it so easily, like she was asking for a glass of water. I kicked him out anyway. That night, I changed the locks and sat in the dark holding a kitchen knife, just in case. Elise slept like a baby. The final straw wasn't some explosion. It was a whisper. I was sitting on the porch with our neighbor, Joan. We were watching the sunset, sipping chamomile. Joan mentioned she'd hired Elise to dog sit that weekend. I smiled and said, "That's nice of her." Joan blinked. "Well, she said you were dying of cancer. Said it was your last summer." My whole body went cold. Elise had told everyone that I was terminal. Said I had 3 months left. She posted about it online, made a GoFundMe, collected over $6,000. The title was, "Help Me Say Goodbye to Mom." I reported it, shut it down, returned what I could. She was 17, too old for juvie, too young for prison. The officers asked if I wanted to press charges. I said no, not because I didn't want to, because I couldn't bring myself to make her someone else's problem. She's 18 now, out of my house, blocked on everything. People ask if I miss her. I don't. I miss the idea of her. The little girl with flour on her nose,